Hello, and welcome back in here to Winsel's World. Well, I give out. I guess I need to speak up a little louder, don't I? Even though I am give out. Whew. Well, I got my welcome to Meerschaum Monday. Okay, got my Meerschaum pipe out here, and it got something in it I ain't smoked in a pretty good while. Don't really remember the last time I used it. Let's see when was. I don't remember. But anyway, I got some Billy Bud. I think that's the name of it. Yeah, Billy Bud. Cornell and Deal's Billy Bud. So got some of that in here today. Opened up the jar. I thought, what I was looking for something I hadn't had for a while, and so I saw that and I thought, now what does that smell like? And it smelled good. So I went and looked to see what, because I didn't have anything on the jar other than the name of it. So I went to see what was in it. Let's see, Virginia, I think some burley, I think latakia, and some dark fired. I think that's what's in it. And there's two different varieties, and I don't know which one I got. I don't know if I got just the plain Billy Bud or if I got the Billy Bud Blonde. There's one called Billy Bud Blonde, and I don't know if I got that one or not. I don't have it. Like I say, just got it wrote on the jar Billy Bud, and so anyway. And Billy Bud gone. He done went out. Well, it's a windy day, and I'm glad of it too. It's been humid. Giving to the weather forecast, okay? Anyway, it's been humid for whatever it's worth to you. You may enjoy the weather forecast. I don't know. Anyway, it's been humid today. I went and got a load of slabs this morning from an Amish sawmill. And so I've been working them up, sawing up slabs, cutting them up into firewood. And so I was going to try to get it done. But I got the fummel dinkies. You say, you did? Yeah. You say, well, that don't sound too good. And then you might ask, well, what is the fummel dinkies? Well, when you get through eating your dinner and you go back to work, if you eat too much dinner, you just clumsy around and give out. And so when I got through eating my dinner, I did pretty good. Wasn't so clumsy, but I got the fummel dinkies. I got the I got to give out where the sun came out, and then with the humidity, it really got hot, and so anyway, I've been wet. This shirt and everything, my breeches, everything else you can think of from sweat. So anyway, not complaining, just stating fact. Oh me. And I got my Zippo lighter right here. That's about the only thing I know you can trust out here with this wind. He said, well, what's that Billy Bud like? I like smoking pipe tobacco's all I can tell you. Now, there's a difference in something that's mild and something that's strong to me, and there's a difference in the aromatic when you first get started with it, for on my part anyway. And burley, I mean, it ain't the big and burley. I use quite a bit of that. Of course, I bought a pound of it because I like it. It's just plain old strong tobacco. I mean, when I think about smoking tobacco, I think about something strong. I don't think about nothing that's weak. So, anyway, that's just me. Billy Bud gone again. There he is. Well, how y'all doing? What y'all been up to? Everybody from the UK to Canada and South Africa and the Netherlands. I think that's where that boy's from. And California and Tennessee and Kentucky and every other place, wherever you are. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, I've been getting there, cutting up them slabs. They getting ready for winter. You can see all these leaves on this old road out here. This right here was, I don't know when it was. Safe in saying, 75 years ago, if I'd been sitting out here, this would have looked a lot different. In the first place, I wouldn't have been sitting right here because the railroad track was here. And all these trees wasn't so close to this railroad bed either because they kept things cleaned out. But anyway, this is the old railroad bed. This is what I use to get back to my place. I've been back there looking at the deer attractions that I put out. Seem like they like the salt more than they like the corn. Of course, over yonder, a piece, you don't know what I'm talking about, but oh, if I shot a gun, you could hear me back over yonder in this back corner yonder next to the river. That other man owns that other property over there. They got something planted back there. I don't know whether it's come up yet or not. And they got one of them, high dollar feeders. I guess you know what I'm talking about. My little feeder is just a little black tube that I got it staked to the ground with a T-post and just poured some corn in it. Well, here's back yonder. I guess he's got cameras set up for his, so I got a camera. I guess the thing still works. I ain't used it probably in 10 years. If I used it, I'd have to figure out from somebody how to go about getting that card out of there and putting it into something where I could see what the pictures are that it takes. Once you learn that stuff, if I got somebody to show me and I memorize what they tell me, I got it. But trying to figure out on your own, I don't usually do too well with that. So can't tell if my whiskers or bug or my hair. My barber, he quit. I don't know what he's doing. Went some other place or something. I don't know. I've been trying to cut my own hair. You know, I I don't. I never have had a barber to trim my beard or anything. I ain't real big about trimming it anyway. Just let the thing grow. But anyway, I've been trying to give myself a haircut. I just take a pair of scissors and trim around here. And then here the other day, I did get a mirror and put it in a place and get another one and sort of hold it one hand and took a pair of clippers, electric barber clippers, and tried to cut my own hair. So I reckon I asked my wife how it looks. She said, well, it looks good to me. So I had to save me whatever it is, $15 every month. So, what is that in a year's time? Over $100. It's got a little bit of dark fire in this Billy Bud. That makes it have a little certain flavor that I like. I got a couple rat trays tobaccos that's got that dark fired in it. And then I got that there Toscano. I had everything that they had of that. I think there's four different varieties of that. I think I got some in a jar and then I got two tins left. And I think they're all that same thing. What's it called? Sinfana? Is that what it's called? Anyway, it's seeing something, whatever it is. Anyhow, I'm gonna do a little bit of move ash around. After I got set down, I thought, well, I didn't get that stick out of the side by side. So I got to looking around on the ground and found this old stick here. I thought, well, I don't want to bring no good tamper out here and lose it. I'll put that over here in this here black dirt. May have a little something in it. Wouldn't want to get in them leaves over. We ain't had no rain. The creek's all getting pooled up and dried in places. It sprinkled a little bit this morning. Didn't mount to anything. Just sprinkled. You wouldn't really got wet. And looked like it might rain some during the day, but it never did rain here. And then, and I think it's supposed to rain tonight, and I hope it does, or rain tomorrow, and I hope it does. We need the rain. The garden's over with. I mean, you know, the okra. I got that burgundy colored okra. Y'all ever eat any of that? There ain't no difference in the way it eats. And when you fry the stuff, it turns green. I don't know what the deal is, but it's right pretty when it's growing with them burgundy colored leaves and burgundy colored okra. So it's an heirloom seed. So I save some of them. Of course, they get too big, and when they do, I just let them go. Let them grow, 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 and then they'll dry out, and that's where I get the seed at for the next year. Thinking maybe next year I won't try to do no gardening though, very little, just maybe some tomatoes. Instead of gardening, I think I might spend a little more time fishing. So I think I went two times this year so far. So anyway, we'll see. Y'all keep watching behind me now, 'cause it's in the afternoon and there might be some deer pass through, or might be a coyote or a bobcat. They ramble during the day too. You know, I was thinking about something the other day. I guess every generation feels like they do better and they're doing better than the previous generation. If you think a little bit about it, the back in the horse and buggy days, and so during that time, and you're thinking way on back now, several centuries, and then somebody developed the steam engine. And so they used a steam engine. Well, they made steamboats. Now, don't you know the people that had steamboats thought they was doing better than the people that just had those big boats and those ships and things, that had the, what you call it, what I'm talking, sails. Now, don't you know the steamboat people thought they had it better than the people that just had boats and ships with sails on them? And then they developed the train and the steam engine and the locomotive and the train. And I've heard it said, I guess it was true, that the reason that the tracks are at the distance that they are apart is because that's about the width of a pair of horses side by side pulling a wagon or a plow or something like that. So don't you know that the people that had to go horseback or wagon or stagecoach or something like that, don't you know they was thinking they was doing better when they was able to get on a train and just go cross country, just just sit there. So all the advancements that was made, people had to cook on a wood cook stove. Shoo, didn't have any air conditioning. Can't you imagine how hot them poor women got trying to cook on a wood cook stove in the house in the summer? And down Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, well, every place that gets humid like that. I don't know. I just sitting here wondering. I wonder maybe if that's the reason people eat breakfast so early. And then they always eat dinner around 12 o'clock. Well, that would. And then they just, I think the way my granny and granddaddy did when they got through eating, they left things on the table and just took a big old table spread or a big old tablecloth and threw it over everything. It's been so long ago since I've been around them. I was a child that I don't remember if they eat that for supper. Didn't reheat it, I don't guess. I don't know. One of these here viewers of the channel told me I talked about that one time. I guess it was a year or two back. He said his grandmother lived in North Carolina, says she still cooks on a wood cook stove. I don't hear anything from him no more. If you watch him by television, get your phone out and say, hey, I heard that. I'm still listening. I don't, but every generation, I reckon, felt like they've done better. Then here come the telephone. Oh, me. The telephone. Of course, I'm sure they thought they was doing good with the mail. And when the mail hit rule and put up a mailbox and all, and then, but the telephone. And I know, you probably, some of you folks remember it. Some of you don't know what I'm talking about. But when I was a kid, you had to pay more to get a private line, so all we had was a party line. You pick it up, you might hear somebody talking. Well, you was really supposed to put it back down and wait till they got through, unless it was emergency. You said, ladies, should I have said that? Anyway, it seemed like it was always women that was talking on it. I need to interrupt you. I need to make a phone call. We got an emergency. They'd have to hang up, and then you'd have to call. So, oh me. But now we don't have party lines. We don't have phones hanging on the wall or sitting on a table. We got this thing that I'm making this here on, these cell phones. Boy, hadn't we? Who'd ever dreamed 100 years ago I'd be sitting out here on an old railroad bed uh, on a in a fold up chair, and riding a contraption about the width of two horses side by side, and called a side by side, and that's 4-wheel drive, and getting around with that thing and making a video that everybody all over the world could see if they wanted to look at it on a little old device we call a cell phone. We've really, and who knows what it's going to be like in, 20 years from now, if we still here. I keep this Billy Bud out where I can see it. I'll use this a little bit more. And like I say, I don't know if this is the Billy Bud plain or if it's the one that's blonde. I really don't know. And it didn't bring any water with me. Well, look like we've been on here 23 minutes, so I guess that's about long enough. Of course, it ain't long enough for me to sit here. I'll let you folks go, but I think I'm going to stick my legs out in front of me and rest them a little bit and think about what I need to do this evening. I still got some things I need to do before I can call it quits. And think about what I need to do tomorrow. And we got this Bittersweet Festival coming up Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday. And I'm trying to get some leather craft stuff, some belts and wallets and stuff ready for that. To set up for that. So, anyway. Well, appreciate you stopping by. Hope that you got something out of this time. And so until we meet again, maybe Thursday or Friday, I'll come on here and look at something in the study. But until we meet again, adios.